speak on resurgence of banditry in Sokoto, Zamfara. This is in a continuation of our long piece on resurgence of banditry in Zamfara and Sokoto states and the ongoing military operation to address banditry in the northwest. Yusha'u Ibrahim continues from where he stopped on Saturday.
wanda suka zo suka dauki wani mutumi a shi kuma suka yi kudade hannun shi sannan kamin wannan ma da rana sun shigo bakin titin jirgi irin mutanen da ke zuwa gonaki da sauransu sun zo sun rakaɗo su sun aiki mashin ɗin da sauransu sun watsa mutane a takaice dai daga cikin garin tsafe baka da damar da zaka nufi hanyar da titin tare daji kai tafiya ta misalin kilomita guda ba tare da waɗannan bangaɗin ba saboda suna nan suna yawo kowane lokaci.
Wato al'amarin da ke faruwa bangaren tsafe ta yamma muna samun matsaloli ne sosai game da bandits wanda ni kaina da yanzu bayanin da ake da ni ina da matsaloli da yawa. Me matsalolin mu yanzu ko kai dai mu shiga muka yace saboda yan bandits ɗin sun hana a nan ma shekaran jiya nan sun bugo waya cewa a faɗi masu mutanen tsafe wanda ke zaune tsafe cewa daga nan zuwa Kasin wato wani dutse ne da ake ce makasin za su ba su taron kuɗi naira 500,000 kana daga kason abin da ya can yamma za su ba su taron kuɗi naira 800,000.
al'amuransu ya fara dawowa domin suna ɗaukan muna mutane ranar 5 ga watan nan sun zo sun halbi yaron mu mai suna Uzairu ɗan yayana ne wanda bayan sun halbe shi sun halbe wani yaro shi ma ɗan yayana ne mai suna Ibrahim. Bayan haka sun ɗauki mutum 4 daga ciki amma yau safiyar garin nan Allah ya taimake su mutum 4 din nan sun samu kubuta. Allah ya dawo mana da su yanzu haka ɗaya yana keta ɗaya kuma yana marbe a wani ƙauye ɗaya ne ɗayan shi ne ba mu san inda yake ba ɗaya kuma yana nan asibiti.
The bandits have also placed a levy of 500,000 and 800,000 on Hawan Kasim and Kurar Mota communities, where the inhabitants are expected to pay the amount before they are allowed to cultivate their farms.
Ya muna buƙatar taimako ga Allah da gwamnati ta taimaka mana saboda gaskiya yanzu yankin tsafe ga baki ɗaya ba mai zuwa daji ka je daji ko a ɗauke ka ko kuma su halbe ka yanzu haka mu nan ɓangaren yamma ga baki ɗaya abun ba daɗi haka gabas ba muna buƙatar a taimaka mana gaskiya.
Security experts have attributed the upsurge in banditry in Sokoto and Zamfara state to the peace and the harmony enjoyed by some communities in the two states during the conduct of the last general election.
I will say, since election has been concluded, winners has been announced, inaugurations have taken places in almost 28 states, and that now things are calm. The society has come back to its normal activities, and that, as we said, the insurgency is back. Yes, everybody can testify to that. And if you can see these communities that have been attacked by bandits are communities close to the Republic. That's why I said most of these bandits flew back to the Republic. Such because during election they know it's a serious business that almost everybody is back to his own locality, and penetration may be hard, if I may say. So now that the area is calm, they came back with their activities. Recent activities of this banditry, if you can see, are all state or local government that are neighboring Niger Republic, ranging from Sabon Birni, Lela, wherever to be precise. So I think this should be another factor that made this of such back again.
The initial engagement was no longer forthcoming, and on that basis they feel they were neglected after the election. And not only that, some of these bandit leaders are associated with one political party or the other, and on that basis we've seen a change in government in Sokoto, for instance, in Zamfara and other places. And some of these bandit leaders that are associated with a political party A or political party B were not actually happy with the outcome of the election. That is a factor on its own. And not only that, we've also seen some politicians that lost the election putting pressure on the bandit that they should please come out and fight and also make the space highly ungovernable. And on that basis, some of these bandit leaders actually came out clearly fighting, kidnapping, killing people, and telling people that they have to pay the price of the election because they did not vote for their own political party. That factor is also there. The weather has also changed. After the election, we've seen rainy season coming in, and that also contributed because that is the period in which they operate. That was when they mostly engage in kidnapping because of the vegetational cover. That was when they involved in levies, particularly agricultural levies, were also imposed during that period. So not only that, you see a lot of issues related to why this bandit must act. And not only that, as I said, the military pressure has also gone down after the elections, and on that basis, they feel they will have a free world. And not only the military pressure alone, there was a gap in the sense that a new government has actually been inaugurated. It has not set in fully, and also the outgoing government is packing. And on that basis, that particular gap also created an ample opportunity for these bad guys to strike. And on that basis, I think the combination of these factors led to the rise and increase in the act of banditry. And also the collaboration between the bandits and the terrorists continued at an unprecedented scale, because it was after the election that we see some of these terrorist leaders moving down into the northwest. Some of them were in Katsina, in Zamfara, in eastern part of Sokoto, also in Kaduna, and their traditional home in Niger and some part of the...
For peace to be sustained in the banditry-prone areas in the two states, the governments, security agencies, traditional authorities, and the communities must work together to achieve desired results in the ongoing fight against banditry.
My approach to this issue is, let us have a deeper and a clearer understanding of the phenomenon. Because of what? Because of its complexity. There are quite a number of innocent citizens that have no option other than to live in the midst of these bandits. We need to identify, we need to separate the bandits, that is the bad guys, and also those that were forced to actually stay with them under the regime of force. I think that is important. There is actually a position for the military, and in my own opinion, the military have a role to play. And what is the role? The role of the military is to create an enabling environment for what? For discussions, for dialogue. Because the military will never be in the forest or in areas controlled by these bandits forever. By extension, they must leave sooner or later, and let them create an enabling environment. And that enabling environment should create an opportunity for a more detailed and comprehensive engagements that will address the root causes, engagements that will address the immediate factors actually responsible for this particular issue. By extension, I am advocating for the non-kinetic approach. The military should clear the ground as they did on the eve of the election, create an enabling environment for dialogue. And this dialogue should be 100% community driven. By extension, people who have the opinion that there were a series of dialogues in the past, but these dialogues actually failed, and they failed woefully. Yes, they are meant to fail right from the beginning, because they were not meant to address the issue in totality. They were meant to provide a cosmetic exercise to address some of the immediate issues, not the root causes. This problem is a local problem. It requires a local solution. State governors, for instance, we've seen them actually moving and also engaging the bandit leaders, snapping pictures, photos, and also having a media show with the bandit leaders. That is not a solution to the problem. How I wish this time around the federal government will take this initiative and then hand it over to the communities. Let them come out with a community-driven solution to it. That is the only way that, in my opinion, this issue will be holistically and completely addressed, because 95% of those bandit leaders are known, and to a very large extent they were actually living in their fathers and mothers' land, meaning in the village in which they were born. And no community leader No traditional authority in the Northwest will tell you that he doesn't know the number of bandits and the names of bandits and their family history in his location. It is a lie, and in my opinion, it is a big lie. And if we want to address this issue very seriously, very holistically, once and for all, is we should create an enabling environment and give the community leaders the authority and the mandate to engage constructively with these people. I am sure banditry will be a theme of the past.
The aspirations of residents of many communities in the two states is to see the end of banditry activities in their localities, to enable them live in peace and harmony.